Hello and welcome to Community Report on Channels Television. I'm Victoria Idowu. On the program today, we're going to Akankwa and Akwabiyo local government areas of Cross River State. Locals in that community trade in palm oil production. So on this edition of the show, we're taking a look at the production of palm oil.
To cook a meal, a necessary ingredient is palm oil. Palm oil is derived from the fruit of the oil palm tree, which is cultivated in tropical regions of West Africa. The oil palm is a perennial crop which grows in a...
I've seen that our people are doing well in the oil palm production, get improved seedlings of palm trees and give to our farmers. And at the same time, provide the facilities, modern palm oil processing mill, so that our people will not be, dwelling on the obsolete method of palm oil production.
With the increase of adulterated oil in the market, knowing the difference between good oil and adulterated oil is key.
Here we don't put color because if you know what is good for your health, you can't put it. It is more that individual, those, because we always say, I need red oil, I need red oil. Meanwhile, the oil they are buying is red. But because of that, they make others to go and buy this color and put, and the difference is, we look at it from up to down, it's just red. It will not show like when we were born. You see up and down, the down will be white a little. But now the color one, you see it from A to, and the difference will be there in the bottle.
The bad palm oil has a very foul smell, but a good palm oil, immediately you open it, you smell freshness. Nobody needs to tell you, it's fresh. It just oozes into you. It's very fresh. Then secondly, the taste. If you buy a bad palm oil, immediately you just, and that's why you hear people go to the market, you say, I need to test first before I buy. That's the reason, because there are people that will know a good palm oil through the test. So immediately you test it, you know. Just like saying you walk into somewhere that is dark and light comes, you know. And sometimes it slips through your tongue. That's another way you can also know palm oil. Then another way you can know a good palm oil is when you use it to cook. By the time you use it, by a little that you put goes a long way. It goes a very, very long way. And at times too, you can also know a palm oil if you put it in a bottle and you see it congeal so fast, and if it sometimes it's so still red, you just know that no, you're not getting a good palm oil. Though sometimes it's pretty difficult for some people. For me, it took me some time. I had my nanny teach me. I had to go down to the village to learn, get education about it. But some people don't just know it. And that's why I always say at the end, just get from a trusted source.
Using adulterated oil can be traced to the causes of cancer.
There's something they use, red dye. Yes, they use it to adulterate palm oil. Some people use potash. That's what the Yoruba call cow. Yes. They use that to adulterate palm oil, and for a dye. So in case you don't know what it is, I'm talking about the dye you could use to dye your clothes, leather, all those things. That's the kind of dye. People mix it up. And it's just out of greed, because some people do it to increase the quantity. So you could have a good oil, say 40%, you could have the adulterated one 60%. So by the time they put in those chemicals, and that's why you see some people buy palm oil, and by the time it touches their hand, it stains. You see the red, it takes time before it goes off. There's a chemical there. And of course, there's always an adverse effect when you use an adulterated palm oil. It's not good for your health.
Prices placed on each sale is also determined by the season.
As it is now, this vehicle now will carry approximately 1,200 of these. So, and when the oil is, when the season is flowing, we do shifts maybe up to 5 per week. 6, 7 at most. But now, since this week, this is the second vehicle because the supply is low. Normally, this is rainy season where the production of the fruit itself has been reduced. So there's nothing we can do. And another thing is that the producers tends to control the supply. so as to inflate the price.
Some believe that there are good reasons why importation of oil from neighboring countries is okay.
Yeah, it's optional because there's nothing that has advantage without disadvantage. Before we embark on this Cameroon route, it's because what we have locally is not enough. So that's why we get it from that side.
Palm oil has several benefits to the body.
If your skin is